where St. Joe's is looking to take on St. Francis for the one of two semifinal games that are going on here this evening at the Harbor Center. St. Joe's, coming off the regular season, is 22-2, 20 wins, 2 losses, and 2 overtime losses, and they head into the playoffs number 1 in their respective division. Between the one and only meeting between St. Francis and St. Joe's this season, St. Joe's won 8-1. So we'll see if that's a good indicator of what's to come here today. 10 seconds till puck drop. If St. Joe's were to win this game, they would go on to play in the finals for the Niagara Cup against St. Mary's or Canisius, depending on who wins that particular game. The leading scorer for St. Joe's is Mitchell Flocare, number 9, with 10 goals, 16 assists for a total of 20. Scorer for St. Francis, however, is Pierce Green, number 8, with 9 goals, 17 assists for a total of 26 points. So things are pretty even there. And we're just going to have the Zamboni clean the ice before the start of the game. And we'll be back in 12 minutes with this start of some playoff action. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we come to you here from the Harbor Center where St. Joe's looks to take on St. Francis High School in one of two semifinal games going on this evening. St. Joe's closed out the regular season 22-2. They're heading into the playoffs number 1 in their division. St. Joe's defeated St. Francis in their one and only meeting 8-1, so we will see if that's a good indicator of things to come. If St. Joe's were to hypothetically win this game, they would go on to KeyBank Center to play for the Niagara Cup against one of two teams, either St. Mary's or Canisius. Leading scorer on the Marauders team is Mitchell Flocare, number 9, with 10 goals, 16 assists for a total of 26 points. Now, if we look at the other side, St. Francis High School has a record of 14-5-3, 14 wins, 5 losses, 3 ties. Their leading point scorer is Pierce Green, number 8, with 9 goals, 17 assists for a total of 26 points. Now, if we look at the matchups here, both teams have 5 players with 15 or more points, so it's pretty even offensively. But if we look at defense, the shining star for the Marauders has been Mitchell Flocare. And looks like we have a little ceremony going on. You just heard the starting lineups for both teams and the anthems and a little award ceremony for the previous year for winning the Niagara Cup last year. And we're about to have the face-off here at center ice. Starting goalies, as you heard, Trevor Galante for St. Joe's has a .939 save percentage throughout the regular season and a 1.21 goals against average. And the starting goalie for St. Francis is Mitch Taylor with a 0.914 save percentage and 2.04 goals against average. Both goaltenders for St. Joe's have been strong as of late, Franzak and Galante. Both playing fantastic. Joe Franzak not even having a loss in regulation as we're about to have puck drop here at center. And we are underway. Bowen dumps it out to center. It's going to go all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing right off the bat against St. Francis. So we should expect a lot from this game. If St. Joe's wins this, they'll go on to play for the Niagara Cup against St. Mary's or Canisius. So we will see who wins that matchup as the faceoff is coming to the right of Taylor. Puck's along the boards. Francis is going to get there first. Tries to pass it out, though. Latour with a big hit, but the puck squeezes out of the zone. Francis has it at center. Dumps it in. Galante's out to play it. Gives it away, though, but Polera intercepts. Polera passes it to Pavicic along the boards, and he's going to choose to skate with it. Gets out to center, passes it to Latour. Latour dumps it in and skates after it. Latour behind the net. Has control, loses it briefly. It's out in front. They have a chance here. They're jabbing at it, and Francis tries to get it out, but it's going to be kept in by Weigand. Weigand takes a shot. It's blocked. He's going to dump it in. Pavicic is going to skate after that puck. It's behind the net. Latour has control. Latour back to Weigand. It's kept in. Gives it to Flowcare. Flowcare has some room here. Going on and takes a shot, and it goes high and wide. Weigand dumps it behind the net. St. Joe's gets to it first. Flowcare passes it to Latour, and he's fighting for it in the corner, and it goes back to Flowcare, who's trying to get a stick on it, and he does. Flowcare at the point, takes a shot, deflected out in front, and what a great shot and a great chance. Francis can't clear. Weigand at the point, takes a shot, and a nice save by Taylor. Puck's in the corner now. Latour loses it behind the net. It's going to be kept in for a brief it's kept in there by Weigand. Weigand has it at the line. Great offensive pressure here by St. Joe's. And Francis, they're trying to dump it out. They can't, though. Flowcare has some room here. Takes a shot, and they score! Early on in this hockey game, St. Joe's has a 1-0 lead, thanks to Mitchell Flowcare. With 15:21 left in this first period, and St. Joe's already has a lead. That's always a great sign. Flowcare having a ton of room there on that right side. He got the pass. He could have chose to pass it again, but he took that shot and it went right past Mitch Taylor. That is Mitchell Flowcare's 11th goal through this year's campaign. First goal of the playoffs for St. Joe's, and they get off to a great start here at the Harbor Center as Attia takes the faceoff for St. Joe's. He's going to have control as he skates over the blue line. Attia going on in, takes a shot, goes wide. Matt Orlowski has it behind the net, gives it to Attia, who can't quite get control of it, but he's going to fight for it, and it just gets out to center. Connor McDonald skates after it, passes it out to center, goes off the referee. Matt Orlowski, though, is going to put a long pass all the way up to Deacon, who can't quite get a stick on it. It's going to be controlled now by Sigroy. St. Francis tries to get it out. Oh, and we have a chance here, but Connor McDonald gets there first. McDonald passes it up to Orlowski, who's just going to chip it in, and Frankie Attia is going to skate after it. Francis struggling in their own zone here. They've been in it basically for the entire start of this first period. As Attia fights for it along the board, St. Francis tries to dump it out, gives it away, though. He takes a shot out in front, takes another shot, and a nice save by Mitch Taylor. He'll cover that up, taking no chances with 14:24 left in this first period. St. Francis not yet registering a shot, while St. Joe's has 4. And not even 3 minutes gone in this first period, and St. Joe's is showing off their great offense that they've had throughout this entire year. As Connor McKendry wins the faceoff, takes a shot. Nice save by Taylor. Connor McKendry has it along the boards now. Passes it back to the point. It's kept in by Gilbert. He's going to dump it in. Will Redding skates after. Nice battle going on behind the net now. Connor McKendry has control. Tries to give it to Schneider, but cannot. Nice battling going on here by Redding. Schneider has control along the board. Schneider tries to pass behind the net. Gets it to McCory. Takes a shot. Easily paddled away by Taylor. McKendry gets it back to Gilbert. He's going to choose to dump it in. Nice job by Schneider keeping that puck in the zone. Connor McKendry has control. He's going to get shoved into the boards. And Redding is going to pass it back to the point, but it's intercepted, and St. Francis is going to skate that out to center, only to have it be quickly taken away by St. Joe's, and Francis eventually comes out with it. We have Lewis skating on in, tries to make something happen for his team, cannot. Trying to just get a shot off here has been a struggle, and it looks like we have a penalty call, elbowing. And St. Joe's will go on the power play with 13-18 left in this first period. Connor Uhas gets the penalty. And you know what that means? It's time for the St. Joe's power play, in the words of Jack Falco, who's in Florida, probably enjoying some sun while we're here in freezing cold Buffalo. And St. Joe's loses the draw, but Mitchell Flocare quickly regains the puck. Big hit along the boards. And Nico Pavsic is going to come out with it, and he's going to pass it back as his team resets. It's intercepted, though. St. Francis has it in front of the net, but can't even get a shot off. A missed opportunity there as Sam Latour skates across the line. Sam Latour has some room, passes it back to Matt Borelli. Matt Borelli takes a shot, goes just wide. St. Francis is going to dump that puck out of the zone with 1 minute 25 left in this St. Joe's power play. That pass is going to go nowhere. And Borelli is going to regain control for the Marauders. Nice job avoiding that check. It's going to be chipped on up to Mitchell Flocare, who's been the star scorer for this game and for the entire season. Flocare going on in, takes a shot. Nice save by Taylor. Puck's along the boards now. It's passed back to Wigan. Wigan passes back to Latour, takes a shot, blocked out in front. Can't quite get to the net, and looks like St. Francis is going to dump it out, but it's going to be kept in. Nice job there, only for a brief moment, unfortunately. And Wigan's going to skate after it. It's taken away by Mitchell Flocare. Flocare passes it up to center, and Frankie Attia skates over the line. Attia going on in, has the puck behind the net, still has it, loses control for a moment. Has it along the boards, passes it to the corner. Looking for a lane, gives it back to Wigan. He keeps it in, gives it to Flocare. Flocare passes it to Orlowski. Couldn't quite get his stick on it. Orlowski has control of the puck, passes it in front of the net. It's passed back to the point. Wigan takes a shot, blocked out in front. St. Francis intercepts and will choose to dump that into St. Joseph's zone. And this penalty is just about over, and both teams are 5-on-5. Flocare gives it to Deacon. Deacon dumps it in the corner. Orlowski has the puck in the corner, tries to pass it back to the point, but it's going to go high and out to center, only to have it be intercepted by St. Joe's. St. Joe's dumps it in. Frankie Attia skates after, couldn't quite get there. Now he passes out in front. No one's there, though. And finally, Oliver will skate out to center and has control. Oliver going on in, leaves it there, but no one's there to take that puck. Attia can't quite get a stick on it. It's in St. Joseph's own zone, and they'll skate up with it. We have Borelli. Borelli gets over the line. Still has it. Nice job containing this puck. Borelli has it behind the net. Still has it here, and he's going to dump it around the boards. And Will Redding will skate after it, but St. Francis will just be able to dump it out. Connor McKendry intercepts, gets across the line, has some room going on in, takes a shot, goes wide, still has it behind the net, passes out in front, takes a shot, and they score! Kyle Schneider hits it home, and St. Joe's leads 2-0 with 10:18 left in this first period. That St. Joe's offense will get you every time, and St. Joe's now leads 2-0. That is Schneider's 7th goal of this 2019 campaign. And fantastic effort there. The puck was basically in the zone for the entirety of this period, really. St. Francis not being able to get anything done offensively. Not even registering a shot on net so far, while St. Joe's has 8. I wouldn't blame any of this, though, on Mitch Taylor. He's played pretty well. Bad defensive coverage by St. Francis led to that goal, and St. Joe's is up 2-0. The puck's in St. Joe's own zone. McKendry will leave it. Long pass out to Schneider. Can't quite get a stick on it. St. Francis intercepts. Dubinsky loses it to McGorry. McGorry has it along the boards. He falls. He's going to pass it up to Schneider. Nice effort there. Schneider gets it up to Attia. Or excuse me, Redding. Redding scan takes a shot. It goes high and wide. Uhas has it. Has the only penalty for St. Francis in this game. Connor McKendry applying pressure here. St. Francis tries to get out of their zone, and they will. It's chipped all the way up to Sigroy. Sigroy takes a shot. First shot of the game. Nice save by Galante. He's going to try and pass it out in front, only to have it be intercepted by Tobia. Tobia passes up to Redding, who tries to have a long pass up to McKendry, and that's going to be an icing call against St. Joe's with 9:24 left in this first period. Current score is 2-0. Goals coming from Mitchell Flocare and Kyle Schneider. Shots on goal so far, 8 for St. Joe's and only 1 for St. Francis. Nice defensive play by the Marauders. Galante hasn't been able to, or hasn't seen much action really in this first period at all, and that's going to be another icing against St. Joe's. But typically when St. Joe's gets that first goal, and now they lead by 2, they typically do very well. In fact, they haven't lost a game when scoring the first goal. So we'll see if that trend continues here tonight. Face-off coming to the right of Trevor Galante. Francis has control, gets it back to the point, takes a shot, doesn't quite get to the net. Wigan dumps it along the boards now. Shot out in front, redirected, nice save by Galante. Face-off coming to the right of Trevor Galante, and it's won here by Matt Borelli as it's behind the net. It's back to the point. They take a shot. It goes high and wide. Wujek has control for St. Francis, but gives it away, though, to Sam Latour, and he's going to skate with it. Sam Latour going on in, has some room, gets around the defender, out in front, redirected on net, and Taylor was forced to make a save there. Borelli dumps the puck behind the net. And Sam Latour has control out in front. Oh, and he couldn't quite get the shot off. That was Callum Polera. And St. Francis will skate it up. Felser, excuse me, skates on in, has control of the puck, tries to take a shot, but doesn't quite get to the net. Sam Latour passes it all the way up to Pavicic, and he's going to skate it out to center. Pavicic dumps it in. Taylor comes out to stop that puck as St. Joe's makes some much-needed changes. Hobart has control. Chips it on up to Jakudowicz. And we're going to have a penalty on St. Joe's. And looks like St. Francis will get a power play. St. Joe's going to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. And it looks like that's Frankie Attia heading onto the box. And St. Francis will have their first opportunity to get something going offensively here on their first power play of this game. Connor McKendry taking the faceoff for St. Joe's, while Aiden Roberts taking the faceoff for St. Francis, and St. Joe's immediately dumps it all the way down the ice. Historically throughout this season, St. Joe's penalty kill has been fantastic. Not sure of the number, but they haven't let in many goals while shorthanded. McKendry skating on in. Wow, applying some offensive pressure here on the penalty kill. He's going to pass it back to McGorry. He's going to kill some time as he gives it to Gilbert, and Gilbert's going to dump it down the ice. Nice job at killing this penalty. 30 seconds in. St. Francis will have control, but it's going to be kept in here by Will Redding. Will Redding dumps it behind the net. He's going to try and apply some offensive pressure here. with 7:14 left in this first period. Puck is chipped down up to center, but Redding intercepts and chooses to dump it in, but it's gloved down. And we have a stoppage in play. It looks like faceoff is coming right outside St. Francis' own zone. Perplexing stop there, but 7:06 left in this first period. Shots on goal, 8 for St. Joe's, 3 for St. Francis. 1:08 left in the penalty to Frankie Attia. It looks like the faceoff is going to come just outside St. Joe's own zone. St. Francis not registering a shot so far on the power play as they win the draw and dump it in. Galante comes out to play it. It's going to be dumped on out of the zone. Nice job by St. Joe's there, and it's going to be controlled here by Young. Young dumps it right in on Galante. He gives it to Borelli, who dumps it all the way down the ice. Sam Latour with some speed tries to get there first. Oh, and he gives away from the net. Oh, come on. What a great job there by Sam Latour getting to the puck. Almost getting a gift there from Mitch Taylor. Taylor stops the puck, leaves it for Young, and he has control behind his own net. Young passes it up to Hobart. It's going to be intercepted, though. Nice job here. Intercepted, though, as Orlowski goes on and takes a shot. Nice save. Rebound. Oh, he has it. He goes for the wraparound, and he can't quite get it on net. Sean Deacon. Let it be known they are shorthanded here, and 6 seconds left in the penalty to St. Joe's, and they're just going to kill that time off as they wait for Frankie Attia to get out of the box, and he does. Flowcare has control of the puck in his own zone. Long pass all the way up to Attia. Goes too far, and that's going to be an icing call against St. Joe's with 5:51 left in this first period. Shots on goal, 9 for St. Joe's, 4 for St. Francis. And it looks like the faceoff will be coming to the left of Trevor Galante. Puck is dumped along the boards now. Kyle Schneider tries to get a pit stick on it. Cannot. Ryan McGorry, though, dumps it out to center. We have Redding dumping it in. Kyle Schneider will skate after it here. And it looks like Connor McKendry will get there. Connor McKendry dumps it into Schneider. Schneider has control, dumps it back to the point. We have Gilbert taking a shot, redirected. Nice save by Taylor. They're jabbing at it here. And I think you can hear Coach Crozier just yelling loose from the bench there. But looks like faceoff coming to the right of Mitch Taylor. Nice save there. But credit St. Joe's for getting the offense on. And just a note here, Jack Gilbert, who took that initial shot, he's on a hot streak. He's had 5 points in his last 5 games. So we'll see if he'll be able to continue that streak here tonight. Borelli dumps it on in. Pavicic is going to skate after it along the boards now. Pavicic gives it to Borelli, takes a shot, blocked out in front, and St. Francis is going to have to regroup here as Pierce Green, their leading point scorer, dumps it along the boards. Gives it to Fitch. Fitch passes it up, intercepted by Kellen Polera as he falls along the boards. Looks like it's under him. They're jabbing at it here, and it looks like the puck's going to be dumped in behind the net. McDonald passes it up to Pavicic, who gets it out to center, and Latour is going to skate on in. Sam Latour tries to deke his man. He's bodied off the puck, and he's going to cover that up. Mitch Taylor. Nice effort there by Sam Latour. Sam Latour, 2 goals, 3 assists in this campaign so far. He's looking to continue, get some more points here in the playoffs. Things looking good for the Marauders. They lead by a score of 2-0 here. St. Joe's has more shots than St. Francis, tallying 10, while St. Francis only has 4. Face-off is going to be dumped out here by St. Francis as Ryan McGorry has control. McGorry dumps it on in. Tobia skates after it, can't quite get a stick on it, and the puck goes out to center, and Ryan McGorry is there to receive it. McGorry dumps it into the zone. St. Francis just trying to get out of their own zone here, and McGorry intercepts again. And he's going to dump it in again. Oh, we have a chance here for Guillen. Guillen going on in, takes a shot, and a nice save by Mitch Taylor. Trey Guillen getting the offense going here. 4:13 left in this first period. Face-off coming to the left of Mitch Taylor. As I've said, Mitch Taylor has been playing very well for St. Francis, .914 save percentage and 2.04 goals against average in the regular season. But as we all know, regular season and playoffs are not the same thing, as Wigan cannot keep it in. Wigan passes it to Flocare, who passes it right back. Wigan passes it to Flocare. He's going to skate up, pass it up, excuse me. That's going to be an offside call against St. Joe's, and faceoff will come right outside the zone. 3:57 left in this first period. Shots on goal, 11 for St. Joe's and 4 for St. Francis, as Frankie Attia takes the draw for the Marauders. And St. Francis wins it, but quickly gives it away to Deacon as he skates on in. Takes a shot, and that's going to be covered up by Mitch Taylor. Nice job here so far by the Marauders. 3:49 left. Faceoff will be coming to the left of Mitch Taylor. Frankie Attia taking the faceoff for St. Joe's, as the referee has some words to say. St. Joe's wins it, gets it back to Wigan. Wigan looking for a lane, takes a shot, but it's blocked out in front. Deacon's going to keep it in. Puck is given to Orlowski, who passes it back to Wigan. Wigan gives it to Flocare. Flocare passes it out in front here. Tries to take the shot, but it's redirected into the corner. Deacon dumps it along the board. St. Francis desperately trying to get it out here, and it's going to just squeeze past the blue line, and Mitchell Flocare will reset. Flocare gives it to Wigan, tries to pass it, but it goes off the leg of a Francis player, and they're going to have to skate on out of their own zone here. Wigan passes up to Orlowski. Orlowski skating through. That's going to be an offside call against St. Joe's. Faceoff coming right outside St. Francis' own zone. 3:08 left in this first period. Shots on goal, 11 for St. Joe's and 4 for St. Francis. Nothing has really changed in that regard. St. Joe's applying the offensive pressure, though, here early. Very characteristic of them. Also, shout out to the defense, not allowing many shots to get through on Galante, which is always a good thing. St. Joe's has control. Long pass up to McKendry. That's going to go all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call against St. Joe's. A lot of rowdies here. And I see the section of St. Francis fans look like a bunch of lawyers or something, wearing shirts and ties, but faceoff will come to the left of Trevor Galante. And it's going to be won by St. Francis. They have control at the point, takes a shot, goes wide. St. Joe's has control. They're going to try and get it out. It's going to be kept in only momentarily, though, by St. Francis. As the puck's dumped out, Kyle Schneider tries to skate after. It's not going to be kept in, though, as it's dumped on in by Connor McDonald. Francis has control. Nice drop pass to Young. Young tries to get it along the boards. Nice physical play there by Borelli. Francis tries to dump it out, though. It's kept in by McKendry, who tries to pass it in. Intercepted. And St. Francis has control. We'll see where this leads, as it's kept in again by Borelli. Nice job. Will Redding takes a shot, blocked down front. Puck's in his feet. Tries to take another shot. Goes high and wide. That was surprisingly close. Kyle Schneider has the puck behind the net. And looks like St. Francis will not be able to get it out again. And he takes a shot from the point. Connor McKendry has control in the corner. Gets it back to McDonald. McDonald has some room here. Takes a shot. Blocked down front. Takes another one. Goes high and wide. Puck's along the boards now. Kellen Palero's battling in the corner. 1 against 2. Niko Pavicic wins it. Pavicic passes it to Latour. Latour takes a shot. Goes high and wide. Connor McDonald takes a shot, goes off the side of the net. It's out in front. They take another shot, another save, and it looks like Mitch Taylor's going to cover that puck with 1:32 left in this first period. Shots on goal, 13 for St. Joe's. And St. Francis not registering a shot for, I believe, about 8 minutes here. If they want to try and stay in this game, they're going to have to make something happen on the offensive side rather than letting their goalie do everything for them, as Sam Latour takes the face-off. St. Francis wins it. It's going to go high, and it's going to be batted out by St. Francis. Sam Latour has control along the board. It's going to be dumped out to center. St. Francis will regroup. Takes a shot. It's going to be dumped in here. St. Francis skates after. We have Dubinsky in the corner, fighting for it with Ryan McGorry. Dubinsky dumps it behind the net to Juhas. Juhas out in front. Can't quite get a shot off, and it's at the point. They take a shot. Nice save, Galante. It's still loose. And they have it along the boards. Get it back to the point here. We have Wujek dumping it all the way into Dubinsky. Dubinsky leaves it there. Pass out in front. No one's there to take the shot. They try and get something going, and Kellen Polaire is going to dump that puck out to center. St. Joe's making a change here as Jack Gilbert dumps it in. Niko Pavicic will skate after it, as Lewis has a lot of room. Lewis passes it up to Fitch. Fitch going on in, takes a shot, not easily paddled away by Galante. 23 seconds left in this first period. It's going to be taken back now by St. Joe's. Flocare tries to get around his man, going for the puck. Deacon also skating after it. Big hits going on in the corner here. And there's going to be a penalty called on this play. I'm not sure who. I believe it's going to be St. Joe's. Looks like we're going to have a charging penalty. And it looks like St. Joe's is going to go to the box with 11.5 seconds left in this first period. If St. Francis is unable to capitalize on this power play, the penalty will carry over into the second, and they'll have minute 49 on the power play in the second as Sean Deacon goes to the box. Physical play, they called charging, and Coach Crocher doesn't look too happy about that call, but as a good friend once told me, what are you going to do as the faceoff is taken to the right of Trevor Galante? St. Joe's takes faceoff, wins it, gets it back to Flocare, and with time ticking down, we have 5 seconds left. They try and dump it out, takes a shot from the point, easily saved by Galante. 3-2-1, and that's going to be the end of the period. Current score, St. Joe's 2, St. Francis nothing. 1:49 left in the penalty to Sean Deacon. That will carry over into the second period. Shots on goal for this period, 13 for St. Joe's and only 7 for St. Francis. And we'll be back in 12 minutes with some second period action. And we're back with some second period action. And score is 2 for St. Joe's and 0 for St. Francis. Shots on goal still 13-7. 1:49 left in the penalty to Sean Deacon, as the opening faceoff is about to take place. Deacon heading back to the box. St. Joe's will start the period shorthanded, but as we've seen in the previous penalty kills, they've been fantastic while shorthanded, even scoring some goals. I know Mitchell Flocare has scored a few shorthanded goals during this season. So we'll see how everything goes as the puck is about to be dropped. And we are underway for some second period action as Connor McKendry tries to dump it in. Will Redding skating after it, but it's intercepted, and Francis will skate it out. We have Dubinsky. Passes it back to Bowen. Bowen, long pass to Young. Young skating over the line. Tries to pass it out in front. Can't quite get there. St. Francis finally establishing some offensive pressure here. Gets it back to Bowen. Bowen takes a shot. Goes way wide as Young dumps it into the corner. Ryan McGorry passes behind him. No one's there, though, and Francis intercepts. Connor McKendry's going to skate after that puck. Tries to get it out, but it's kept in. Nice job there. Francis takes a shot. Save Galante. And that's going to be dumped all the way down the ice by Will Redding. And we have exactly 1 minute left on the power play for St. Francis as Dubinsky skates it up to center. Dubinsky passes it to Felser. Felser tries to get it all the way over to Kachowski. It's in the corner now. Out in front. Takes a shot. Goes wide. Lewis has it along the boards, dumps it into the corner. It's behind the net. Dubinsky tries to pass it out in front, gets it back to Lewis. Lewis passes it to the other side. Takes a shot, and that's going to be smothered and held by Galante with exactly 30 seconds left in the penalty to Sean Deacon. And St. Francis getting some offensive pressure going. Nice effort, though, I'd have to say, by St. Francis, trying to get their way back into this game, but Galante has been perfect here, stopping 9 out of 9 as St. Francis wins the faceoff. Gets it over to Sigroy. It's going to be dumped into the corner now. St. Francis has control. Flocare tries to get it out. And Nico's going to jab at it here. Puck's behind the net, out in front, and no one is there, and looks like it's going to be gotten out of the zone. And that's going to be a delayed offside call as St. Joe's going to try and kill off the final 3 seconds left in this penalty. Puck goes off of Pavicic's skate as he goes to the box. Puck is skated in over the line. Francis has control. Gets it back to Green. Leading point scorer. Gets it out in front. Nice save by Galante. Deacon skates up the ice. He's going to choose to dump it into the zone. Deacon still gets the puck, though. He's pushed off it as Matt Orlowski passes it back to Wigand. Wigand gives it to Flocare. Flocare tries to give it to Orlowski. Orlowski gets it back to the point. We have Wigand. Gets it back to Flocare. Flocare gives it back to Wigand. Takes a shot. Fans on it, though. Gives it to Orlowski. Out in front. Takes a shot. And that's going to be a save. Flocare takes another, and it goes wide. Taylor was out of position there. Great opportunity, and that puck is, they're going to say that went offside, but from our angle, it looked like he kept that in, but the referee says no. With 14:22 left in this second period, shots on goal, 13 for St. Joe's and 10 for St. Francis. Connor McKendry taking the faceoff for St. Joe's, while Aiden Roberts taking the faceoff for St. Francis. St. Joe's wins it, gets it back to Wigand, who chooses to dump it into the zone. St. Francis has control, tries to get it out here. Having a little bit of a struggle here, trying to have a nice, solid time in their own zone. Big hit by Wigand. Haven't really seen him hit. He's being held on to. And that's going to be a no call there by the referees. Will Redding has control at center, tries to dump it in, cannot. People are falling all over each other. And Gilbert's going to dump it into the zone. Schneider skating after it, had some speed there, gives it to McKendry. Out in front, tips it right on goal. Swatted away by Taylor. Schneider gets it back to Gilbert. Gilbert takes a shot. Save Taylor. Schneider Dumps it along the boards, gets it back to Gilbert, takes a shot, deflected out in front, and Redding keeps it in. Nice effort there. He's going to dump it into Schneider. Schneider dumps it along the boards now, and it looks like St. Francis is going to get control. Tries to get it out, but Gilbert keeps it in. Passes it up to Polera. Polera going on in. Can't quite get a stick on it as he has it behind the net. Polera battling forward here. Polera loses the puck, gets it along the boards, and it's going to be, they're going to try and dump it out here, but to no avail. St. Francis really struggling in their own zone. Been in here for about a minute, and they finally dump it all the way down the ice. Galante plays it. Long pass up to Latour, who's going to just chip it on in. Polera going on in, has some speed and room. Polera dumps it out front, takes a shot, and a glove save by Taylor. Absolute robbery there. Great save on Nico Pavicic's chance. He had that glove ready. One of the better saves here tonight. Possibly the best save, I'd have to say, from both goaltenders. I mean, Mitch Taylor, he's keeping St. Francis in this game, no matter how you look at it. And there's another example of his stellar performance here this evening. Puck is dumped out. McDonald gets it out to center, intercepted by St. Francis. They're going to just chip it in. Connor McDonald's going to skate after it. Lets Borelli get to it first. Borelli, long pass up to Guillen. Can't quite get a stick on it, unfortunately, and it's going to be dumped out to center ice. Connor McDonald's going to skate after it, has control. McDonald, long pass up to Tobia. Tobia gets in over the line and just decides to chip it in as he skates after it. Tobia tries to get something going. St. Francis intercepts, but it's intercepted by Baldinelli. Baldinelli tries to keep it in. Cannot. Gets back to Gilbert, who dumps it in. St. Francis has had real trouble establishing an offensive presence here in this game. They had some life here in the beginning of the period when they were on the power play, but other than that, they've been in their zone for most of the time. Puck is just squeezed out to center ice. Ryan McGorry has control. McGorry skates on in. Nice job by McGorry keeping it in there, and it's going to go out to center, and Jack Gilbert's going to get there first. Gilbert dumps it along the board. It's going to be intercepted by Wujek. Wujek dumps it in, going to go all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing call against St. Francis with 11:19 left in this second period. Score is still 2-0 in favor of St. Joe's. Shots on goal, 15 for St. Joe's and 10 for St. Francis. They haven't registered a shot on goal since their initial power play at the start of the period. Atia takes the faceoff for St. Joe's. They have control. It's in the corner now. They're jabbing at it. And Atia comes out victorious. Atia tries to take a shot. He falls. It's still there. And the puck is gotten out to center. Coming in with some speed, Dubinsky. Dubinsky gets around his man. Puts it out in front. Atia intercepts. Frankie Atia passes it, gives it away though. Takes a shot, goes just wide. Tristan Wygand has control behind his own net. He's going to pass it up to Atia. Intercepted though, and a glove saved by Galante. Nice job here by both goaltenders, flashing that leather, keeping their teams in it. Trevor Galante stopping all 11 shots he's faced so far, and Mitch Taylor stopping 13 of 15. Matt Borelli has the puck in the corner. He's going to dump it out to center. Won't go far enough for icing as Ryan Young skates after it. Young has control in his own zone, passes it up to Fitch. Fitch gives it all the way up to Felser. Felser skating on in, gets over the line. Felser loses control. Redding tries to get it out, cannot, and he finally does. And we have a break here for Connor McKendry, who gives it away. St. Joe's going on and takes a shot, and a nice save by Mitch Taylor. Nice chance there by Matt Borelli, getting the shot right on. Mitch Taylor smothers that puck. 10:13 left in this second period. Faceoff will be coming to the right of Mitch Taylor. Sam Latour taking the faceoff for St. Joe's. Discussion between the referees, talking to I believe, Matt Borelli about his mouth guard. And looks like the face-off is underway here. Francis wins it. Gets over their own line. Nice job there by Uhas, who dumps it in. Connor McDonald has control behind his own net, gives it to Borelli. Borelli with some room passes it up to Pavicic. Pavicic gets it out to center, and he's going to chip it on in, and Kellen Blair will skate after it. Pavicic has it behind the net. Looking for a lane, gives it back to McDonald, takes a shot, gets directed wide. Francis finally gains control here in Bowen. He's going to just dump it high out to center. Going to be gloved down by McDonald. Gives it to Borelli. Polera gets it to Sam Latour. Sam Latour can't quite keep it in. Intercepted by Bowen. Oh, and we have a break here going on in. Can't get a shot off. Nice job by Jack Gilbert. Jack Gilbert with a great defensive play on number 8, Pierce Green, their leading point scorer, who decided not to take a shot. No icing here, as St. Joe's makes some much-needed changes. St. Francis has control behind their own net. Jake Lewis tries to get it out. Deacon keeps it in for a short time, only to have it be swept out to center. Jake Lewis dumps it in, gives it away to McGorry, though. Ryan McGorry dumps it along the boards, tries to get it all the way up to Deacon. Deacon follows, the puck's along the boards, ref yelling at them to move it. And there's going to be a whistle here. Looks like faceoff is going to come into St. Francis's own zone, since their player was on top of the puck for a majority of that time. 8:40 left in this second period. Shots on goal, 16 for St. Joe's and only 11 for St. Francis. Everything has been pretty even here except the score. Aiden Roberts taking the faceoff for St. Joe's. Frankie Attia taking the faceoff for St. Joe's, and Aiden Roberts for St. Francis. As Matt Orlowski takes a shot and it's blocked. Orlowski gets it to the corner. Deacon can't quite keep control of it, and Francis is going to dump it out. Unfortunately cannot, and Orlowski manages to keep it in, goes in front of the net, and it's blocked. Gets it back to the point. Floker takes a shot. Blocked out in front. Finally, St. Francis escapes it out. We have Hobart. Dumps it in on goal, and it looks like that's going to be covered up by Trevor Galante. Trevor Galante looking to play that puck, but decided to play the safe route and cover it up. With 8:07 left in the second period, faceoff coming to the left of Trevor Galante. Connor McKendry taking the faceoff for St. Joe's. And Aiden Roberts again taking the faceoff for St. Francis. He wins it, gets it back to the point, takes a shot, blocked out in front. Lewis takes a shot, and a nice glove save by Galante. Some pushing and shoving going on in front of the St. Joe's netminder. It looks like St. Francis is going to make some changes with exactly 8 minutes left on the clock in this second period. Hunter Oliver taking the faceoff for St. Francis, but St. Joe's wins it. Gets it back to McGorry, who gives it to Gilbert, who then passes it up to Will Redding. Redding gives it to McGorry. McGorry's going to skate with it, has some room. McGorry going on in, gets the puck stripped from him behind the net. Kyle Schneider tries to keep it in, unfortunately cannot, and Will Redding is going to get checked here. Another hit on Connor McKendry. He's going to just chip it on back to Jack Gilbert. It's going to be intercepted here, and Flowcare is going to dump it in. St. Joe's has control behind the St. Francis netminder. Connor McKendry has the puck, dumps it back to the point, gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert takes a shot, directed out in front, and trickles just wide. Gilbert looking to extend his point streak as St. Joe's takes another shot as that went out of play with 7:09 left in this first period. Jack Gilbert gets the puck at the point, takes a shot. Nice. It got directed. I don't know if it went off a St. Francis player or a St. Joe's stick, but either way, it just went to the left of the far post. That would have been a nice goal and a nice assist to continue the point streak for Jack Gilbert. As Jaden Baldinelli takes the faceoff for St. Joe's, and Sam Kachowski takes faceoff for St. Francis. Baldinelli gets it back to Guillen, who then gives it to McDonald. McDonald He's going to choose to dump it into center. Intercepted, though, by St. Francis, who dumps it all the way in. Matt Borelli skates after it here. Chips it on back to Connor McDonald. Connor McDonald, long pass up to Baldinelli. Baldinelli with some speed and room, chips it in. Baldinelli gets it behind the net. St. Joe's and St. Francis fighting for it. St. Francis is victorious in that regard as it is passed all the way up to Dubinsky. Dubinsky with some speed going on in. Dubinsky takes a shot. Nice save, Galante. It's out in front of the net. Gives it away. Takes another shot and it goes just wide. Dubinsky. I believe it went out of play here. And it looks like the puck, looks like the face-off is going to come just outside the zone. A crazy series of events there as St. Francis had 2 golden opportunities. Initial save by Galante. Puck's just laying there. St. Joe's in a frantic mode, just gives it away out in front of the net. And they have a great chance as the face-off is going to be coming to the right of Trevor Galante. Pierce Green, their leading point scorer, is going to take the face-off for St. Francis, and St. Joe's wins it. They dump it along the boards here. Baldinelli having trouble with the stick, can't quite take it. Puck is shot, intercepted by St. Joe's. Baldinelli comes away with it. Or excuse me, Wigan. Wigan dumps it in. Pavicic skates after it. He'll get there first. Nico Pavicic out in front, and that is gloved by Mitch Taylor. Great opportunity. That play looked like nothing was going to come of it until it was dumped out in front. Nice job, though, by the Marauders as the faceoff is going to come to the right of Mitch Taylor. Sam Latour loses the draw. St. Francis dumps it out. It's going to be kept in. Oh, but it's given away here to Fitch. Fitch going in and takes a shot and a nice save by Galante. Great opportunity there for number 7, Ryan Fitch, who has 13 goals in the regular season. He unfortunately could not capitalize there for his team. 5:58 left in this second period. Pierce Green taking the faceoff for the Marauders, for St. Francis, excuse me. St. Joe's is going to have control of it initially. Gilbert dumps it along the boards, gets it to Polera. Polera tries to get control of it, cannot. Puck is dumped behind the net. Pavicic comes away with it. Pavicic passes it up to Polera. Polera tries to get around his man, cannot. Gets it back to Gilbert, who then dumps it all the way down. It's going to go right on goal, so no icing here. And Mitch Taylor not going to take any chances, and he will cover that puck up with 5:34 left in this second period. Shots on goal pretty even now. 17 for St. Joe's and only 17 for St. Joe's and 16 for St. Francis. So everything's been pretty even in shots so far. As I've said earlier, both teams have 5 players with 15 or more points, so the offense is there. But the one thing I would say St. Joe's has that St. Francis doesn't is Mitchell Flocare. He's a great two-way defenseman. Great defensively, and he is the leading point scorer for St. Joe's with now 11 goals and 16 assists as the puck is behind St. Francis' own net. Bit of a delay here as St. Joe's tries to come up with it, and they do. We have Deacon getting it back to Gilbert, who's going to keep it in. Gilbert takes a shot, goes wide. Orlowski passes it to Atia, who can't quite get a stick on it, intercepted by Jake Lewis, and he's going to try and dump it out, but gives it away to Atia in the corner. Frankie Atia gets it back to the point. Jack Gilbert takes a shot, redirected, doesn't quite get there. Orlowski in front of the net, takes a shot. The goalie is down and out. Where's the puck? It's loose. They're jabbing away at it, and St. Joe's finally comes up with it. We have Deacon. Tries to get around his man. He's checked off the puck. St. Francis desperate. Tries to get out of the puck. Nice job keeping it in by Ryan McGorry. And Francis really needs a change here. They've been in their own zone for a good minute. Deacon has the puck in the corner. Refs about to blow the whistle here if nothing happens, but St. Francis chips it out, and they're going to dump it all the way down. Kept in by Gilbert. Nice effort there. Puck is going to be dumped into Deacon. Deacon behind the net. Nice job offensively. Oh, and it's going to be chipped out. We have a break here for Hobart going on in. Takes a shot. Nice save by Galante. And finally, St. Francis is able to make some changes after being in their zone for a good minute, 20 seconds there. Nice job by St. Joe's applying that offensive pressure. Only managing to register 2 shots on net, but you could tell that St. Francis' guys were swamped. Maybe if Hobart was refreshed a little bit, he might have been able to get a clean breakaway, but unfortunately he could not for his own team. Hunter Oliver takes the draw for St. Francis and loses it. St. Joe's has control, but quickly gives it away, though, to Sigroy. Takes a shot. Nice save by Galante. He was ready with that right pad. No holding call, unfortunately, on Connor McKendry. That was an odd call. Oh, there is a call. Excuse me, delayed penalty. I did not see the referees. Oh, and it goes. I believe that went off the post here. Kyle Schneider dumps it into Connor McKendry. We got a call here, and St. Francis apparently touched it up, and St. Joe's is going on the power play. You know what time it is. It's time for the St. Joe's power play, in the words of Jack Falco, who's not here. He's probably laying on the beach somewhere, enjoying the nice hot sun, even though it is 7:07 p.m., so 3:36 left in the second period. Shots on goal still pretty even. 19 for St. Joe's and only 18 for St. I keep saying only. 18 for St. Francis. And it looks like we have a bit of a delay here as the referee is talking to the St. Francis bench. Sam Latour will be taking the faceoff for St. Joe's, and number 12, Sam Kachowski, will be taking the faceoff for St. Francis. Latour wins the draw cleanly. Gets it back. Flowcare takes a shot. Nice save by Mitch Taylor. Out in front, and it goes through the crease. He did not know where that puck was momentarily, as it's going to be kept in here by St. Joe's. Puck's behind the net. Kellen Polera has a lot of room and a lot of space and a lot of time. Gives it back to Flowcare. Flowcare takes a shot. Nice save by Mitch Taylor. He's going to try and get it out, and he will. And Flowcare is going to skate after. It looks like he's going to get to the puck first, and it's going to be chipped up to Wigand. Wigand, nice job getting around his own man there. Wigand skates it up, passes it. St. Joe's gets across the line. Latour has control behind his own net, loses it though, and that's going to be dumped all the way down the ice by St. Francis. Puck is going to be played here. Sam Latour gets the pass from Galante. Oh my gosh, we have a chance here. UAS going on in, takes a shot, nice save. He's sprawled out. They're going to dump it out, and we have a penalty call on St. Joe's. That's going to be 2 minutes for hooking. And St. Joe's not really being able to get anything going here on this power play. It's going to be 4-on-4 for 57 seconds, and then St. Francis will get a 1 minute and 3 second power play with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left here in this second period. Faceoff will be coming to the right of Trevor Galante, who made an outstanding save on the chance from Uhas. Unfortunately, he was interfered with. And it looks like with 2:33 left in the second period, we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey. Oliver taking the face-off for St. Francis. St. Joe's wins it. So he passed back to Connor McDonald. McDonald has it behind his own net. He's going to chip it up to Frankie Attia, who has a lot of room to skate. Attia going on in wide. Has the puck, passes it, gives it to Borelli, takes a shot, and it flies wide. Puck's in the corner now. Orlowski has control, gets it back to McDonald. McDonald takes a shot, blocked out in front, doesn't get to the net. Borelli, he's going to chip it into Attia. Nice offensive pressure here, and both teams are 4-on-4. Attia passes it back, gets it to the point. We have Connor McDonald. Takes a shot, and that's going to be gloved down by Mitch Taylor. 1:47 is left in this period. 11 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Following that, Matt Murphy will leave the penalty box for St. Francis. Pierce Green taking the faceoff for St. Francis, and Sean Deegan taking the faceoff for St. Joe's, who wins it. Joe Tobia has control in the corner. He's going to lose control, though, to Sigroy. Jabbing at it, but Tobia, nice job, keeps it in. St. Joe's looking to kill some time here on the penalty kill. It's going to be dumped all the way in. Taylor out to play it. Pierce Green has control of the puck behind the net. Passes up to number 19, Matt Murphy, who just served the penalty, who then dumps it in. Green has the puck in his own slot. It's going to be passed up. St. Joe's dumps it in again. Nice job killing this penalty. 45 seconds left. St. Francis has it behind their own net. Going to try and skate up with it. 1 minute remaining in this period. Puck's going to be chipped in on Galante, who's going to glove it down, and he's going to play it into the corner. Puck is controlled by St. Francis as it's gone back to the point. Kept in. Nice job there by Bowen. Bowen takes a shot. It's going to be blocked. Gilbert's stick was held for a good 2 seconds. No call there as the puck is held in by St. Francis. Bowen takes a shot. Doesn't quite get to the net. Connor McKendry has the puck for St. Joe's, and he's going to skate with it. He's going to get it out of his own zone. Gets to the blue line. Gets to the red line. Gets around his man. He has a chance here. McKendry tries to pass it to Deacon. Unfortunately, it's going to be blocked. 17 seconds left in this second period. It's going to be kept in by McKendry. Gives it to Redding. Redding has some room. Redding tries to give it to McKendry, who can't quite get to it in time. And the puck's going to be chipped out to center. And Gilbert is going to pass it up to Schneider. Puck goes into the bench, and with 3.1 seconds to go here, looks like that's going to be the end of this second period. No scoring going on. Score still 2-2. 3.01 seconds. Excuse me, 3.1 seconds left in the second period. Faceoff is just going to come at center ice, and that's going to do it for this period. And it's going to be dumped on in, and that's going to be the end. Current score, St. Joe's still has 2. St. Francis still has nothing. And with the end of period 2, shots on goal so far, 22 for St. Joe's and 19 for St. Francis. We will be back in 12 minutes with some third period action.